Okay, for your first Rhino class for MPF, right, form finding using Rhino, we are going to generate this lampshade and then laser cut in Grayboard. All right. So within here itself, right, I will cover a few tools. How do you get basic geometry shapes? How do you then unroll it, right? Unroll surface. Then after that, how do you create simple patterns using TweenCurve, which is very similar to Blend in AI. All right. Then how do you use CurveBoolean? And then next one will be how do you export into DWG? For those of you who are much comfortable using AI, yes, go ahead, you can try using AI. The only difficulty you will have is that how do you actually measure the distance here, all right, and the angle. Okay, so let's open up Rhino. Let me just show you what you'll be doing today. Okay, you'll be doing this today for me. All right, so you will have this thing. Okay, let me just double check what's my height here. Oops, hey, hold on, yeah. Okay, 47 is too high. Never mind. Okay, you'll be doing this basic shape. How do you unroll? How do you then create simple patterns? This is actually just to show you after that, right? Let's say for example this is your gray board. How does it then look like? Okay, simple stuff. Okay, so let's open your Rhino. The first tool that I'm going to cover is all your basic geometry tools. Let's throw in box. Okay, let's throw in 25 by 25 by 25. Okay, you get a cube. The next one, let's throw a cylinder. The diameter 25. Okay, end of cylinder 25. So you get your cylinder. The next one, let's throw a cone. Diameter 25. End of cone 25. Correct. Okay, let's see what other tools we have here. Okay, the one that we use is the truncated pyramid. Okay, let's throw this. Click. Okay, if your number of sides is, let's say for example 3, right, you get a pyramid of 3 sides. Okay, you can always use 10 or whatsoever or 8, which one you like. For the exercise, let's just use 5. Okay, corner or truncated pyramid. Alright, which is here from this point to here. Maybe we try 15. Alright, that looks good enough. Press shift, right, to lock it in space. Alright, to lock it, hold on, yeah. Press shift. Okay, so once you lock it there, right, then just click your mouse button. So within here itself, alright, if you have your smart track on, okay, Rhino is intuitive enough, right, that it can recognize where you want it to project. So right now we want it to project to this height. Make sure your smart track is on here. Okay, click. So now, right, once they recognize the so-called height, you can actually determine the size of, or determine the area of the opening. All right, let's do about let's try 10. All right, okay, so you have something like that. Let's say for example you want something even tighter, closer, right? Okay, again, let's choose 15. Press shift to lock, and then snap it to the height here. So the space, let's say for example just now 10 is too big. Let's try 5. Okay, so depending on what you want. All right, so maybe this one will look much better, so let's try that. Okay, the next tool I want to share, which is to unroll surface. All right, so that you can get certain forms such as this. Okay, so where is that button, right? Okay, you can always key in shortcuts. Shortcuts will generally make your work flow and much more efficient. Okay, how do you unroll? It's quite intuitive enough, right? So let's say for example you want unroll, you just type unroll, and then you can see here it's unroll surface. So there are a few things up here. All right, I'm going to cover and then show you. In the event, right, that you have explode yes, label no. All right, let's choose the cube, and then you press enter. You can see it explode all my surfaces into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because why? The cube has 6 surfaces. Okay, delete, right click again. If I do not want it to explode, let's make it no. I click again, and then I click. Can you see right now? It unroll and unfold the shape for me, so that when I cut, right, I can use this as my score marks, and then I can fold and get my box, right? Simple stuff. Let's say for example here, right, itself, I can generate, let's say, my tab. If you still remember your tab, okay. So let's say for example, this is just for illustration purposes. Can you see? So right now I'm generating my tabs. Oops, let me just escape. Okay. You can see if I start to generate my tabs and all, right, then I can have this box folded and then glue to have it taped. All right. Okay, those of you who do not have this tool, right, it's called gumball. You can switch it on here. Okay, let me just give you a rundown of what the tool does. Okay, let's say for example, let me copy paste this one and then I move it. If you still remember what is move, M, right? Okay, let's just cover this first. Okay, the rest, let me hide. Hide is Control H. H for hide. Let's say for example, I have this thing item here, right? If I press my green, okay, green and red, right, shows where the plane is right now, which is here. You can see, right? Green, red. Here itself, right, it's talking about the blue and green. Here, likewise, blue and red. So you have all the planes. All right. So the next one, let's say for example, if we press the green arrow, it will move. You can see, right? It's now moving. Let me click here so that you can see where it moved in the space. And then blue, where it moved. So if I want something more accurate, right, I can click on the arrow and then move it maybe 10. Now you can see, right, it moved 10, 10. Let me just undo. Okay. So again, if I move here, it will move. You can see it now show where it moved within this space, which is Z and X. All right. Here itself, you can see it's still moving. So you can use that tool to do a quick move and all. Always remember, right, the problem, I think, with the gumball and all, right, let's say for example, I have another shape here. Okay, the gumball cannot snap the object to the edge. Can you see? Okay, in Rhino, right, the most important thing for you to take note, let's say for example, I want to move and snap, right, make sure your on snap here, right, is on. Can you see here? Then remember your move button, which is M for shortcut, M move, press enter. Okay, always remember where you want to snap, and near or whichever the variable. Okay, click and then click. This is the base so-called important primary knowledge that you need to take note of how to operate in Rhino. Make sure all your line works, right, are snap end to end. Okay, so that one I covered. So the next one, right, what does this do? This so-called semicircle so-called tool, it rotates. Can you see? It rotates. It rotates. So let's say for example we want to do a quick rotation, which is this one here, the blue, which is here. I want to rotate 15. Can you see now it's rotating 15? All right. So in the event that we want to rotate negative, right, you can see it will go then anti-clockwise. If you want positive, we will rotate this way. Okay, as simple as that. Okay, hold on. Let me just now cover the next one about gumball. If you press this box, alright, this small little tiny box, it will scale because we are dragging the variable. Alright, can you see? If I drag my green, it will drag this way. If I drag my red, it will drag this way. Then the rest will so-called adjust proportionally also. So let's say for example I press shift. Can you see? Shift will make it scale proportionally and then adjust all the three arrows in all the axes. Can that is gumball. Uh, Alright. Okay, let me just delete this. Now let me unhide whatever my item are here. Okay. So you can actually do unhide here also if you want, meaning you can show objects, alright. Or for me, I just press Control Shift H. Control Shift H, right, will ask you which object do you want to show. Let's say for example I click this, right, enter, it will just show one. But Control alternate H, right, Control alternate H will show every single thing. Okay. So let me just delete this first. Let me show you the next one, what it can do with this tool. Okay. Let's go unroll again. So when you do unroll surface this time around, if we have explode no, label yes, if we click this guy, right, we press enter, you can see that at number 1 here, right, which is the side, which is here, at 2, where is 2? Okay, you can see 2. So this face, right, which is 1, 0, 1, 2, 3 is here, 0, 1, 2, 3, and then followed by 10, 7, 4, which is here, 10, 7, 4, 0, which is the base. Alright, you can use that too if you want. Okay, but it can be confusing because why? It's quite hard to edit this labeling. Okay, just to show you. Okay, so let's say for example now we press unroll surface again, label no, explode no. Okay, this is the one that I want to show you. Yeah, so I will have this item, you can see, right? So this will give me my cube. Let me just delete my cube now. I click this, now I get my cylinder. Alright, so this is the circumference of the circle. Alright, this is the height of the cylinder. Okay, let me just delete this. Even for a cone, right, Rhino can actually calculate and then give you. Alright, Rhino can give you the shape. Okay, this one it looks a bit distorted, so maybe if you want to do a curve, right, a cone, right, you need to explode yes. There you have it, right? So when you start to fold this guy, make sure it's glued to these edges so you can get a cone. Simple as that, right? Okay, delete. So now that I covered that tool, let's work with this. Alright, unroll, explode no, label no, press enter. So you will have this shape here. Alright, so this shape here, right, is technically poly surfaces. You cannot do anything yet. So what we can do, right, we need to go duplicate the borders. Alright, we need to get the lines. Okay, what we can do, right, we can click this one, extract borders. You can try. Okay, extract borders will give you borders, you can see, right? Let's say for example we click again. Let's go to another different tool called duplicate edges. So edges, right, you need to select the edges, then you press enter. Okay, can you see right now, right, it gives you the curves for the surfaces. Let's move it out. Okay, so now I have all my curve, you can see, and it's all flat on the ground. I can start to work on it already. Okay, as mentioned, right, we are doing a lamp shape, so you don't really need the top and you don't really need the bottom. So let's go back here again. Okay, here itself, you remember, if you click from the top, drag down, it will only select whatever item inside the box. But if I click bottom towards top left, right, it select everything within the box. You can see the difference. Okay, so now let's just delete that. Okay, so now we have this. How do we then generate the patterns, which is like that? All right, or generate patterns such as straight curve or even pillars wise. Okay, let's go back to this again. Okay, the next button I need to, or the next tool, right, that I need to share with you is the TweenCurve. So type tween, which is here, TWEEN curves. Right? Here itself, when they ask you the start and the end curve, let's say for example I click this as the start and then this is my end, it will give me a straight. Okay, let me just press enter. Let's say for example now we try the other way around, which is here, right? Let me start and then end. You can see now it's like that, right? But if I click my end here, notice what happened? It will try to blend this one here. Let me just open my help so that you can see. So a TweenCurve, right, what it does, similar to Rhino, it will blend the curves that you have. Okay, let me press enter. Hold on, yeah, let me just delete a few of the layers here. Okay, remember what Jeff shared with you. So let's say for example red layer is to, let's just put it as cut. The next layer, right, which is in green, let's call it engrave. Change the color, double click, you can change. Okay, so let's organize the layers first, right? Okay, all these, right, we need to cut the shape out. So all those that we need to cut, change the object layer. All right click, change the object layer. Okay, let me just change the color. I need something brighter, if not I can't see. Okay, so those that I do not need to cut, which is this. Okay, can I change to engrave? Change object layer. Okay, it will then share with me, let's say for example here itself, right, it will engrave and then I can fold it. It's just like a score marks. All right, okay, so now let's work with this. How do you generate certain patterns such as the one shared? Okay, double click this one so that it's so-called maximize. The next button, if you still remember, okay, we need to extend all this shape. Okay, extend, press enter. Right now I need to give a certain boundary. All right, so let's say for example this is my boundary, right? When I press enter, I can then directly click my curve. It will extend to the edges. You can see, right? Okay, let's just do a quick one. Extend all the edges. All right, press escape. So now that once you have this, right, how do you then generate certain shapes like that? Okay, the next tool that I need to share is the CurveBoolean tool. Okay, just type CurveBoolean. Okay, is here. They will ask you which curve that you want to select. Okay, delete input, none. Combine region. Okay, let me share with you what combine region does, right? So let's say for example you click all these. Okay, you press enter. When you, with the combine region, yes, right, let's say for example now we create certain surfaces. These are now generating surfaces. I press enter. Okay, let me just change to shaded so that you can see. Can you see right now it become an entire shape by itself, whereas we need a shape which is like that. Okay, how do you rectify is that, let me just do a quick undo. Okay, now it's undo already. Again, let me open this one, curve boolean. All right, combine region, we do not want it to combine, so let's just change to no. Delete input should be none. Right, so let's just select all these curves which we want. How do you deselect? Press your control to deselect. So right now, once you have all these, right, you just need to press enter. Okay, combine region, make sure it's no. Delete input, none. Let's just click. So right now it's generating the same so-called Boolean curve. Okay, let me just finish it up. Okay, press enter. Notice right now you have shapes like that. Okay, it's no longer so-called, it's no longer like that. Right, so once that done, right, what can you do to generate the shape? You just need to do offset. Okay, type offset. Distance, right, distance takes distance take note. Let's say for example, um, let me put 2. Okay, so at a distance of 2, and then I click a certain curve, right, this is offsetting 2. It become haywire, right? Let's try again. Right click to repeat. Let's change to 1. 1 is also very thick, right, for me. Let's just delete this. Again, click, maybe a 0.5 or 0.6 will do for me. Okay, you can see right now I'm offsetting. Okay, this is too small, right, so we will ignore. Again, let's try this one. Just continue to offset. Continue. Find the shape, offset it. Okay, let's see whether we can come up with anything. Nope, the bottom one we can also ignore because it's way too small already. Okay, offset. Offset. Alright, so once you have this, right, we need to cut all this. So let's just select all this up. And then change to object layer cut. Alright, so that when we change layers, right, we switch off, you can see it will generate certain cutout like that. Alright, let me just select this so that you can see. Okay, let me just do a quick join so that you don't have to do this. I'm just trying to show you what it will look like. Okay, when you cut out, right, it will look something like that. Got it? Because why? You already do your patterns, and then you already assign which layer, which lines to cut, which lines to engrave. Okay, let me just do a quick undo. Okay, let me just show my lines again. Change. Okay, for here itself. Okay, let's do a TweenCurve again. Find my start, find my end. So right now I have a certain structure here, right? Okay, press enter. CurveBoolean again. Combine region no, delete input none. Okay, very fast. I want every single thing here, right? Just select all. Deselect this one. Okay, press enter. So now which shapes do I want? Maybe I want here. 1, 2, 3. Okay, hold on, yeah. Bear with me. Yeah, maybe, yeah, maybe this pattern. Let's try this pattern. Okay. So once that's done, let's go for a offset. Alright, find the curve to offset. Oops, too small already. Okay, let's try a 0.3 so that you can see. Okay, it's just for teaching. Alright, oops, hold on. Let me finish up. What I'm doing here, right, I'm basically offsetting the curves, the closed curve here, okay, to generate the pattern. Again, oops, no. If you want to escape from the tool, right, just press escape button. Okay, oops, sorry. Okay, right click, right, will give you a repeat of the last command. Okay, we are ending soon, hold on. Okay, one more. Yep, do I have all the squares? Alright, so right now I want all my squares to be cut out. So let's just select the squares. Okay, be very careful not to move it. Press shift right to select. Okay, right click here, change object layer. Right, so right now we can actually hide. Okay, all these, right, we need to remove, if not it will cut. Alright, so let's just right click, change object layer. Okay, so we have this so-called pattern, we have these patterns. Alright, so let's say, for example, how do you plan to, let's say, rotate. Let's say, for example, I have it here, right? Do I then need to um, redo? I don't need. I can actually copy the rotation. All right. So here itself, right? Using my smart track on, right? Okay, make sure it's extending. Can you see extending? Hold on, let me change. Right now I'm working on my cut layer. Change to default layer. Don't worry about the black lines. Later on we can just hide it. Take my lines here again. Okay. Make sure it's extending. You can see, right? Make sure it's extending. Okay, if you cannot capture that, right, try with another one. Okay. Okay, what I'm doing right now, right, is that I'm trying to hold on, yeah, because of the smart track it can be quite confusing. Okay. Am I? Okay, let's just do a quick extension. Extend. Click the curve. Okay. press enter. Now we're selecting the curve to extend, which is this one. Oops, again. Then we drag out. Okay, again, press this one. Right click to extend. Select curve to extend. We want a natural one, right? Oops. Right click. Select curve to extend, which is this one. Press enter. Sorry. Right click. Okay. So, okay, let me just show you again. Just tap and extend, right? They will ask you for select boundary objects, which was the first one that we do, right? Or enter for extension line, or press enter for dynamic extend. Let's just try press enter. Select curve to extend. Read from here, right? So we want to extend this one out. We still got the option to extend. Let's extend this out. Extend this out. Can you see the difference between extension and just now the tool, which was drawing a line with the smart track, right? So within here itself, let's say for example, press escape. Let's say for example we want to copy this one over. Press select. Okay. If you remember your semester 1 tools, so right now we want to rotate. Type rotate. Okay, they will ask you for copy no. Yes, we want to copy. So click yes. Center of rotation. Where is my center of rotation? My center of rotation, right, is actually here. The angle of first reference point, which is you need to find your, which one? Your midpoint. Okay, the reason why, let's say for example, you see my midpoint, I want to copy here, right? I need to find another midpoint. Switch off my near, switch off my mid, intersection also I can switch off, center I can switch off, so it's not confusing. I want my midpoint. Can you see? Copy again. Can you see? Okay, so right now, once done, right, let's press enter. So if I switch off my default, you can see now it generates the patterns. It rotate and then give me all this. Similar here itself. Let me select all here. Okay, if you remember, this one will select only inside the box. This one will select all that touches within the box itself. Okay, so if I want to deselect, remember to press Ctrl. Okay, drag and deselect. Drag and deselect. Okay, so now I want to rotate and copy this pattern. Copy, make sure it's yes. Right, center of rotation is the center of this, which is here. Okay, switch on my intersection so that I can read intersection here. And then where is my first reference point to rotate, which is my midpoint. And then I just rotate here, midpoint. Press enter when done. Okay, so once I have this sort of pattern, alright, so I will have 1, 2, 3 faces, which is like this, 2 faces, which is like that. Okay, make sure do not forget to trim out the, you can select all these, press enter, trim whatever is outside there. Okay, make sure you have your lines all properly saved, which is green to engrave, red to cut. Alright, so now how do we export this out? Okay, there are a few things to take note. If you want to laser cut directly from Rhino, okay, export selected. Within here itself, right, the selection menu here, make sure you are selecting it as DWG. Right, where's our DWG? Hold on, yeah. There. Can you see? .dwg. So let's say for example .dwg here, right? Okay, let me just open a new folder called MPF and Rhino. Okay, this one week week 3 lampshade. Okay, press option, right? Okay, remember to press option because why? Within this option, they will give you a few items here. Okay, make sure you are selecting 2000 for polylines. All right, within here itself, okay, edit scheme. Okay, inside here itself, because there are many different presets here. You need to go to your just now the scheme, then go to your curves. Okay, within curve itself, you want to uncheck. Okay, you want to uncheck this one, explode poly curves. Okay, so that it will recognize the lines as one whole poly curve instead. So uncheck that one out. Okay, let's just close. Okay, then save. Oops, sorry, done already. Okay, let me double check. Sorry, MPF and Rhino. Yep, there you go. There you go. Okay, within Rhino itself also, for those of you who are comfortable with AI, you can do a file. Okay, export selected. You can change to, or you can export to AI. Where's my AI? Yep, here you go. So let's call it week 3 lampshade. Export to AI. Save. Alright, so here itself, you can actually toggle if you want. Just press OK. Let's open AI. Hold on. AI is still loading. Okay, file. Let's open. Okay, that's my desktop. AI. It will take some time. Yeah, here you go. So this is actually the export from the uh, Rhino itself. Notice the lines, right? It's so thick. Press Ctrl Y. Ctrl Y will give you or show you the uh, line works itself. Inside here itself, right? If it's too thick, what you can do, you can select all your strokes under your properties. You can reduce it to a 0.25. Okay. Can. So just now the file that I was working with, right? Okay, let me just double check what's my. Okay, hold on, yeah. Let me just double check. Okay. Where's my transform? Okay, bear with me for a while, right? Okay, let me press Ctrl K. Inside here, right? Once you press Ctrl K, will give you your preference. All right. Let's change the unit to strokes. Let's skip to point. Generals. Let's change to mm, so that it's easier for us to recognize how big is this thing, which is only right now 17 mm. 17 mm is too small. All right. So what happened was I was working with instead of cm just now. So my dimension previously, when I put 15, right, I wanted 15 cm, but it was 15 So what I can do here, I can do a quick transform. Let me do a scale. Okay, within the scale itself uniformly, right, let's put to 100%, enter. Alright, so you will have this. Okay, let's press shift O. Shift O will give you the artboard. Alright, within here itself, the width will be 600. The height here will be 450. So this is my artboard. Let's bring the item back in. Okay, let's check whether my layers, yep, my layers are there. Which one is the, okay, hold on, yeah, you can double click and then change the layer color again, red, green. Right, double check. Okay, this might be too small, but never mind, let's just try. Okay, and then you can, let's say for example, within this artboard itself, you can rotate and then maximize the space, so that let's say for example you want to cut a few, you can copy also and then position your stuff. Okay, can. So that's just what I have to share. Exporting as DWG, and then or exporting as AI. Within AI itself, right, double check your size, because I did a mistake. I model in instead of cm, but we can still rectify and then change the scale by scaling it up 100% bigger. Okay, try this. At the end of the class, right, I want you to, oops, hold on. At the end of the class, I want you to take a picture, alright, using your handphone. Okay, shine a light to see the relationship between the object itself and the light. Okay, cast a light and then take a photo. Okay, that's all.